whether some of us are like ahead or behind. Like for me, as an example, I'm behind, and with Jen, I know she's like ahead, and I mean, I don't know. I think maybe you are ahead, like or some of us are having a break right now. We don't know where we're at, but what I like us to do is that we're all going through the same
Yeah.
path where like we have the same intention. Well, we have the same vision, um and we're willing to support each other with like by being accountable for each other. Like I say, it's always good to be a self-starter as well, but sometimes when you're in it's like you're getting out of the comfort zone and you're like in the world of unknown. And it's easy to get lost because you're like, where do I start? Do I go here or do I go there? So I think the easiest just really
It's freezing.
doing everything.
Oh, there it is. Natasha, it's freezing you. I'm like, oh, my internet's not stable. What's wrong?
You're not moving.
Okay, is it going now?
Call's gonna look so ridiculous. Is Jen coming?
There's Jen. There's Jen. We can get a few more. Jen?
Yes, sorry, I was having a problem with the link.
No.
Oh,
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. It took like 3 tries.
Okay, so what was the last thing? Brainstorming the niche. So the first thing was the why. Wait, why? Brainstorm niche. How do we say it?
Niche.
And what was the last thing, Natasha?
Step 3 is optional. It's either we want to create our program or not create our program. Like, well, whatever we feel comfortable with, really, because I feel like I need something to like hang on to, because it's like I mean, for me, I don't want to say, okay, I'm a health coach, but they're like, well, what's your program like? And like I just want to create a program where people can see like, it's just simple one, like I don't know, it could be anything. Which is my weakest point right now, creating that program. And I think Liz and I were supposed to do like hold each other accountable, and we've made it to the point where we were sending each other emails on our introductory email. And then we're meant to do like, I think we're meant to do something else as well, but because like life got in the way, um things can happen. So I just feel like we really need to be firm about the things we need to do. And if
Right.
entails creating your own program, I say go for it. If some of us are like, we already have our own program, and that's great, but at least like we're all in this together, where we're going through the same path of like being successful health coaches.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
So
I also agree with Jen about finding your own niche. It's true. You never know like what you're gonna be really good at. Specializing until you work with like a whole bunch of clients, and then you realize that, hey, I'm really good at this. Like when I used to teach, I was like, I didn't know I was really good with kids. I thought I was good at teaching business English, until I found out that kids were like my specialty. Teaching like English as a foreign language to like kids under the age of 6 was what I felt comfortable with. And yeah, you're right, it took a while for me to realize it. So yeah, I totally agree with what you say, Jen. I think maybe the niche part, it's optional. If you want to find what's a specialty, that would be good.
Yeah, so what they said with regards to that pretty much was that, you don't need to pick a niche. Get some clients done, see who's drawn to you, see what resonates with you, and then have a niche. And then the other part of that is your niche can change. You're not pigeonholed in. You may do something for 6 months and be like, man, I'm really over this. I don't really want to do this anymore. I'm really drawn to something else. And you can always change your niche.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So
Yeah.
let's go back to what we were supposed to do. Like, so Don, can you repeat what we talked about today with our 3 steps?
The why, setting the intention. So we talked about setting our intention for this next week, what we're each going to work on for,
Okay. Yeah.
and not trying to get overwhelmed with it.
Yeah.
The second was brainstorming our niche, which we may or may not have, depending on.
Yeah.
And then the third was kind of optional, developing a program of our own.
Yeah, just developing a program. I feel like I really need to, because I don't know. I'm just lost with that part for now. I just think that if I wrote down, it doesn't have to be on like our page or our website. It's just basically like, okay, like here are a few pointers, like what is your program entail of, like support, weight loss or anything, like resetting your energy, like.
I'm struggling. I'm with you on that, because I thought one idea, like Jen said, going into it, you think in your mind one way you're going to do it and how you're going to approach it. But in my conversations, and that's where what Jen says, that you don't know until you start talking to people how the language and what their goals are going to form. So like one guy who is he's a certified Spartan trainer. He does all these races and everything. And I guess he's been following me on my page over the past year. And he liked, like, when I got my ACE fitness certification, for example. And he's been kind of watching me in the shadows, because I post a lot of open things I'm doing and stuff like that. So he wanted to meet with me. And I didn't know he was interested in coaching until I met with him. He was like so inspired. And so now as we're meeting coaching, he doesn't need help with diet and fitness. He does all the fitness, and he knows about health, and he teaches me stuff about that, and talking to him. But he needs that accountability and that coaching, because he has all these goals he wants to do this year. He wants to get his ACE fitness certification. He wants to be the top 10 in 5 Spartan races. He wants to start his own fitness ministry material. So he's like one of those that he's got a ton of ideas like us, but he's not getting anywhere because he's not focusing and doesn't have that accountability. So that's almost more like life coaching, the more I'm kind of looking at it. And I'm like, so I'm working with him, and I'm doing like a scholarship rate. And then we have like ideas of maybe collaborating on something at the end of the 12 weeks. That's kind of how I'm approaching it. But then as I talk to him, he's also at State Farm, which a lot of people are. And they're not happy doing what they're doing. So many people I talk to are in careers that they don't like. So that their careers or their relationship, and then that feeds into not being healthy,
Okay. I understand.
So can I ask you, Natasha, is what you're talking about your program, you're actually talking about what your hot hook is, what you tell people about what you do. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's right.
That's different than designing a whole program or anything else. Really what that is you decide what you do. And it can be something generic that you can fit to whomever you're speaking with. Like, for example, hi, I'm Jen. I'm a health coach and a life coach. What do you do, Jen? Well, I help people overcome obstacles to achieving their goals. And so they say, well, what does that mean? Well, what is your biggest goal in life right now? And they answer. And what's getting in your way? Why don't you have it right now? And they answer, and I go, well, what I would do for you is X, Y, Z. And so that's basically, the flow of how I talk about what I do. And that way it's personalized. Like, if you have just one thing, and I understand the value of that from a marketing standpoint, but it also can pigeonhole you if you really don't want to necessarily do one thing.
Oh, okay. For sure. So I'm actually thinking, step 1 is great. So I'm rethinking on step 2 and step 3 right now. Like, does anybody have any idea, like, what are the realistic things that we can do? The 3 things that we could do this week, now that we already have one locked in. So what about the second and the third one? Do you have any ideas?
So I think an action step is very good. And I think also maybe a little soul searching as to what you want to focus on. Like, what do you want to focus on? Do you have something that's really calling to you, or something that, like, you're the people who are talking to you are interested in? What are the people in your group interested in?
Okay.
That's going to
Seems
drive.
seems like it's all weight loss. Oh, okay. So step 2, I'll write that down. Figuring out what we want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's a good one.
And then,
Figuring out.
you know, for your program, just get like a hot hook, general hot hook that you can insert that personalizes it to whomever you're speaking with.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Figuring out what we need to do. Wait, just a second. So, when I was talking about step 3, creating a program, right? Like, what if I had a website, for example? What if I had a website, but I just have no content? Like, you know, when I look at all the health coaches' website, they all have like, it seems that they all have their programs, if you know what I mean. That's the thing I was talking about.
So what focus group, you know, then if you want to do it that way, then you pick your focus group. And there's health coaches that have multiple programs on there, like that don't have just one niche. They'll have like 3 or 4 different programs, and they have like a signature service, and they do retreats and all of that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah. So, I'll just give you an example. There's this lady I know in Singapore. She's also a health coach. And she just specializes in just dealing with corporate clients. So basically, if you know, corporate people are on the go, they feel really frustrated with themselves. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go and eat. And so she's coming in with like all these like ideas, like she creates like a workout plan that they can do at the hotel, like without any equipment, and also like giving them tips and advices on like what's good for them to eat without, you know, feeling stressed and all the weight gain. You know, like when you travel around for business, like sometimes you get really lost with like, oh, what should I eat that's a healthy option? Like if you go to China, for example, the food there is pretty greasy. So like, what are the steps that you can take to eat healthy while traveling? I mean, that's what she specializes in. And then there's this other lady I know here. She focuses on body positivity. She actually says like, eat an ice cream and don't care, which I don't really like, by the way. I don't like. I mean, so this is like her program. I mean, like, it's not really a program, but what's on her website is like, work with me. What will happen if you know, what will happen if you work with me? And it says like, you will spend time with people that you know, like those bullet points where like, what are the benefits of working with me?
Right.
Yeah, so like this is something that I want to work on, because right now, if I want to create my own website, I wouldn't know what to write on it. Period.
Well,
That's it.
You can completely keep it generic. Your bullet points are, if you work with me, then I will be your support and accountability. I will help you overcome challenges getting in the way of your present goals with regards to health, or with regards to weight loss, or what have you.
Yeah.
So you can easily do that, and then just as you find who's drawn to you, change.
Or how about designing your own package? Does that count? Have you designed your own package?
I'm actually working on something like that for doing a group like retreat kind of thing, because I've been approached by like the gym that I work out at, and so I will be doing that. I personally haven't focused on that yet, because I have
cool
first.
Oh, okay, cool. So should we do that as step 3, like just like creating our own packages?
I think that if you're just trying to get clients at this point in time, that you need to focus on working with clients and getting comfortable with charging what you're going to charge first. You're still charging a scholarship rate and you haven't gotten to the point where you're charging what you want to charge, then what's the point of having a package?
Okay, so that means, I mean, like just to pre-plan it. So I don't think that should be the right one then. I really don't know what to do for the third thing, step 3.
So step 3 is like your action step in this, correct? Like step 3 and your 3-step program is an action step. So
Okay.
what next action step for you this week to get you to propel you forward? And so when I do the 3-step system like you use, I do the intentions and the whys and that, and then it's always a what step am I going to take that's going to move me forward in the next week, and the next week you revisit it and you do something else. So I think you're thinking a little too big right now because you've got too many
Mm-hmm. Of course, yeah. So
and I want to tag on to that with Jen. I mean, it's good to 10 CTD calls. That's a lot to do right there.
Mm-hmm.
I know, I just went with that.
And if you get them set up and agree to the program, whether or not they do it, and then your back end part where you're, documenting your session notes, all that stuff, that takes time on top of doing the program and everything else.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you need
insane.
to look this in, because the other side of it is, as you get more clients, you need to also work on your process. What's going to make you more efficient with your documentation of your sessions? You know, 'cause I don't know about you guys, but I've changed how I document my sessions 3 times already in 6 weeks.
Yeah. I'm using that Better Practice software, which I'm really liking, because my clients can go see it too.
Right.
I like them seeing, and I can do links and all that. So that's the one I've come to like, because I was trying to. How are you doing it, Jen?
I've been just, while they're talking, shorthand notes and then shoot them off email right after. So that, I mean, right now that's what's working for me, because then I can pull up the email and quite frankly, because I haven't had time to even look at a software because I've got so much going on right now.
Yeah, I get that. I'm into the technology, and I just kind of wanted to figure something out. And I'm coming to really like that Better Practice platform, because you can put your session notes in there. You can add links, video, and then you share it. So it's almost like you're taking your shorthand, you're putting your bullet points in there. And basically what I do is I put what's going well. I have 3 sections: what's going well, what are challenges, and then action steps for them. And then put it in there, and then you can send and share, and then they can go in and see it. And a couple clients that are actively using it, and I just it's a process. I got to educate them to get used to it too. But when they can see their session notes and they can track back to some previous session notes, they're like, oh, this is cool. This is what we talked about before, because they forget, So I really like it so far. Plus I can do my calendaring from it and schedule my appointments. You can also do your invoicing from it, and contracts you can do from there and have them sign the contract. So for me, I'm like, right now I'm on their lower plan, which you can't do the branding and all that, which is $20 a month. I'm like, to me, that's a steal for $20 a month. If I choose to go to the branding later on, then it goes up to $45 a month.
Okay.
Now that I've been talking to, she was a health coach. She went through health coaching programs herself, and she just couldn't find a program out there to work the way she wanted to, which is how these programs are designed anyway. But I like that it's coming from, I think females look at things differently than males do, because the other program I tried was the Coach Accountable, and those are a couple guys, and they're too technical and too complicated. And I'm like, I do not like this, and my clients didn't like how it looked or it felt. It was overwhelming. Things need to be more simple, and that's what I like about hers. And I just went off on a tangent. I'm sorry. And I know we've all, but I just wanted to share that. I mean, I'm really liking it, and that it syncs to your Google Drive, because you guys saw that I tried to do some things with email, and I was spending so much time trying to create this personal email, make it look pretty, put the links in and stuff like that. It was a waste of time, because people didn't always click on that stuff, or it might have gone to their junk mail, So and I'm also trying that Nudge Coach app, which I'm on a free part of the plan right now, but it is pricey. But I'm curious to give it a couple months trying it out, because I love what I'm learning and how it connects with the wearable devices and the whole vision that this company has.
Yeah.
I'm really fascinated by it.
Yeah. Okay. Once my life settles down, I'm going to look into technology. I just personally.
No, I know you got a lot. You guys got a lot going on. I've just always been kind of drawn to that. And so then and that's where my weakness is. I get drawn in trying to learn something and I'm not doing some of the action part of my business, like talking to people. I'm like, I haven't been networking. I'm missing out on those connections and relationships. I need to build that back into my weekly schedule and make an effort to do that because that's key in any business we do. Whether it's whatever you do as a business, you need to get out there and get to know people because once they know you and like you, then they're more interested listening to what you do, you know?
So do you time blocked on? Do you do time blocking?
I do. I mean, I'm not always good, but like today, look at my, I totally time blocked. And my journal, I do love it because it does say like your today's targets, 3 targets. And I'm trying to get, you know, I'm not always consistent with it, but when I am, it is so cool to look at the day and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to get these things done. And I do. I put like my swim on there. I've been trying to put in my walk or yoga. I've been trying to even time block lunch because I'm not good about it. I still sit at my desk and eat lunch because I just feel like there's not enough time in the day. But when we coach people, we're trying to tell them to take time and digest their food. You know, it's like walk the talk. You know, it's really hard to do on some things.
Well, time block a day for your networking and you're getting out and talking to people.
Yeah.
Like where you don't do anything but that.
Yeah, I need to do that. And I have in my mind how I want my week to look like. Like it's kind of fun going through this program. It really is. Because I'm like, okay, I love my Mondays to not have clients. I want that to be budgeting, you know, I imagine doing blog posts, getting all your thoughts and process, and then to see or talk to clients Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then I like Friday to be a tie-up day. And it's not totally going that way because I have clients I can't meet during the week or something comes up and they only have an availability on Friday, you know? So that's how I'd like my week to look like. And then have, you know, freedom on the weekends and stuff. Photography, I was always doing, you know, people do pictures evenings and weekends, and I didn't like that all the time. So this is like designing our life by doing this kind of a career, how we want it to look.
You design it so that it's functional for you.
Right. Yep. But yeah, well, we probably should tie this up. So Natasha, excellent topic. Excellent. Everything that you brought.
Oh my God.
Today. I thought.
Thank you. I tried my best. I was so nervous. I was like, oh, what am I talking about?
You did awesome.
You did awesome. And yeah, Natasha and I talked last week because she was excited about, what was it? You had gone in Gold Coast, Australia, and you shared that menu of the life coaching thing. And that was really cool. And that was so inspired. Yeah. It was really cool talking to you, like the inspiration. And I'm like, that's what's so beneficial for us is to tag off the energy and inspiration constantly, you know?
Yeah. Totally loving the vibe out here. It's like everyone here is so into health and wellness. I'm actually getting a lot of like nice like inspiration from health coaches out here, and they used to go to different health coach institute, not only health coaches. Do you know that there's a classmate living on Gold Coast that I was supposed to meet up with? He's in our group for January 2017.
Oh, what's his name?
Nick Dunn, Dunne. He's a personal trainer.
Okay.
He's very much into his health. You know, he loves the program. He's just telling. I was like, "What do you think of the program?" He goes, "I freaking love it. I think it's a break from the PT world. It complements each other because, you know, in Australia you have to pay rent to the gym in order to train people at the gym. You have to pay like $300 a week to come in. So they're not paying you. You're getting your own clients. You're finding your own clients. And it's very competitive out there. So being a health coach is a better deal because, like, after all, it's mainly nutrition. Mostly about nutrition. Then like you do your workouts, right? Mm-hmm. But you know, a health coach can always push their clients to go work out. themselves instead of paying for a personal trainer, which doesn't like come up with any meal plans or any fitness goals. Just basically like, all right, here, this is what you're gonna learn.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna teach you how to do a squat. Do 3 sets of it. But a health coach is totally different.
Yeah, a health coach is. It was interesting because I've been dealing with a client about his other goals. It's more life coaching. I was trying to look up on Pinterest, like life coaching forums, question things like that and all that. And there is a company that I was looking at the forms. It was like $59 for 9 forms, and it kind of center on these same questions, thinking about like they all center around 3 target things, but if there's different focuses on different forms based on different parts of your life. And I was really intrigued to get that,
Yeah,
because it seems
there's
like
so many different types of coaching.
I know.
Oh, I have this question, Jen. I have a question for you.
Okay.
I see you as an expert, so I need to ask you.
Expert.
But you're a genius. Okay. We were all talking about like sustainable clients, how they would stick with you, because we're thinking if you're doing a 90-day program, right? Like what's gonna happen after that? Do we have to find a new set of clients, and that it's okay, but like I see that it's also pretty tiring to just keep on looking for clients. Like, what would be your advice on sustaining your clients so that they just keep going on with you instead of that?
It's twofold. Many people will continue to work with you if they have another goal to reach. Like the first days, if you can continue to help them to gain for the 90 days, and then on your last session you're like, look how far you've come, let's revisit where you were the first day, and do you remember what empowered you, let's recall, and then you move right into, have you met all of your goals? Do you still have obstacles to overcome, and if so, what are they? And if then you kind of like do a mini closing the deal again, and you're like, hey, so I see that you have this bigger, you have this bigger goal, and you still have these obstacles. I'd be more than happy if you're comfortable working with me to continue this relationship with another program.
Okay, so it's more like to revisit and to continue, but does it have, like, you can create your own program from then on, right? Like you just keep going on.
Yeah, you can. So like
yeah.
The end goal is not to have a 10-year long client. The end goal, most people will stick with you for 6 months, maybe even 9 months or a year.
Okay.
Because your end goal is you're trying to empower them so that they can help themselves. And so what you do from then, maybe you don't do once a week. Maybe they become a once every other week client, or maybe they become 6 sessions now, and then you schedule a month out another couple of sessions. You can tailor it differently depending on how they are, because not everybody's going to need every single week. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, that's good. It's good to know that there's always hope for like a long-term client instead of like, okay, 90 days, we're done.
But another sustainability too is, think about, when you're doing your clients or working with your clients on that last day, if they don't want to continue with you, maybe they meet their goals and they feel great and they're doing well, then a fantastic thing to do is say, hey, I'm so glad you've reached your goals. And if you feel like you've really been empowered and done stuff, please keep me in mind next time you're talking to someone and they bring up a challenge. And so that becomes a word of mouth referral for you.
Oh yeah, word of mouth referral. It's a good one.
And hopefully you've already asked for their testimonial when they started doing it. And if not, ask for it then. Like if they don't want to continue their goals and they feel great, then, get that testimonial.
Yeah. And what about like when people are telling you like, well, we had this problem once, when me and Kawini were practicing on each other for a 90-day transformation. On session 5, we were like talking about what's been going well, and we're like, yeah, everything's great. And then And then, and like, for example, Queenie said, yeah, I've been doing some body movements. I've been eating clean and blah, blah, blah. And what about you? I'm like, yeah, everything's great. I've been going to the gym a lot. So what's blocking you? And we're like, nothing. And that's when we thought, oh no, like, what if our clients are like, I think I had enough now. 5 sessions out of the 90-day program, session number 5, I'm all good now. I really think I don't need health coaching. Like, we will probably have that weird moment because when we did that, I was like, oh crap, what am I going to say next? I feel stuck. Like, if everything is going well. Have you ever experienced?
Yes, when that happens, that's a great time to say, fantastic, I'm so glad that everything's going well for you. Let's talk about not getting stuck in a rut. Because even when people are doing well, sometimes they get complacent, and that's when they end up, that's what self-sabotage actually is complacency, right? Because we never actually arrive. If you think you've arrived at the best version of yourself, then you're missing kind of the whole point. Life is a journey and a constant lifelong learning and lifelong improvement. So it's like kind of like a false everything's okay, because do you honestly believe that every single thing in your life is okay 100% of the time?
Yeah.
So talking about self-sabotage, and that's why it's a great time to bring that kind of stuff up. When things are going well, everybody kind of gets complacent and it's going great. It takes just one thing and they're derailed. And so just talking about strategies, what would happen when life gets in the way, because inevitably that's going to happen. That's what I do on those sessions.
Okay. Wow. This is very enlightening. Finally, we got the answers.
Okay, now it's going to end again.
I'm saying that in my experience so far, that's kind of been what's been the case.
Okay.
All right. Not notice it's going to end again.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I do need to get on and do some other things. This has been an amazing call, Natasha.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Dawn. Thanks to both of you as well for making this happen and, making this realistic. Did I say the right word? Realistic?
Yeah, no, realistic's good. So I'm going to do a little post on the group, and I'll try to see if I can upload both videos or where I can put those. I'll probably put them in that folder. I'll try to upload them on there. And then I'll just refer back to, I'll do one post about setting intention. So I'll just recap all this, and then people can state their intentions, what they're going to do for the next week.
Yeah. So we do
about collaborating.
Yeah, collaborating.
A big idea. Do you want to address that? Like, come back to that next week?
Yeah, we could do that. But anyways, so what are the possible steps? 3 steps for next week. Does anybody want to take the lead? Nominate someone or
to do to host the call next week?
Yep.
Okay. Is it just going to be us 3? I don't know if the others are going to chime in. And you said that should we table this until July when more people say they can come in?
I'm kind of thinking that if everyone else, July 1st, is not working, like Anna Marie and Queenie are both more free, maybe we wait until we get their input as well, because I feel like, yes, we can continue to do our calls if you guys want, but I feel like if we get the other input, we'll really get more ideas generating as well, and have more of a collaboration.
Oh, Karen too.
Yeah.
Let me see. Karen. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can do that. Like, why don't we just write down like our 3-step program, like maybe every week, and then we'll host another call where everybody can input their ideas as well. Does that work?
I think that is a good thing to do. And then every week we can have, like, if you want to keep it on Thursdays, or if you want to shift it to like Mondays where we do our Monday focus and steps for the week. That way we can continue to have accountability for it and hold each other accountable and support, and we can continue to post ideas. But then like also, don't you guys think that more participation would make these calls better?
I think a couple more people would help, because especially, Natasha, if you want your idea to go forward with like the collaborating and getting a combination of coaches in there, I think it helps to have a little bit more feedback on that. I think this is great for the accountability and the action steps, and let's work on this, and let's work on the little things and not overwhelm ourselves, because we'll get these big ideas going and stuff, and then we won't have the time to actually get something.
Yeah.
I think focusing on one action step per week is awesome, because it keeps moving you forward.
Mm-hmm. So my first action step is to just, complete those CTD calls.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then once you've done that, then you set up the next step, Natasha. Just like once I get my CEO call done next Wednesday, then I will set my next action step. And once Dawn gets sent, she will set her next action step.
Okay.
We can come back and talk about what our success and challenges were with those two. Just kind of share that, what worked and what didn't work, So I'm going to send my email out and do something and see what kind of response I get.
Okay, so since we're holding each other accountable, I think we should just to do 2 different posts. One would be like, what's your intention for this week?
Okay.
And the second one is like, what are your action steps? Am I right? Or should it be like all one post?
Like, I've completed my action step. This is what works.
Yes.
This is what
So that will be a much later thing. Like, so we'll go back to the very next week and be like, okay, recap, action step. What have we done? That's a good idea. Okay, got it. Oh boy, now I think I want to cut it down to 5 CTD calls. Oh my god, this is so hilarious.
But this is the same, just like if we were to be your coach, if your goal is 10, only make 5. Well, why did you make 5? What was in your way? And what are you going to do?
I'll write down my intentions then. It's 5, not 10. I think it'll be time consuming actually. But hey, maybe it's a good practice for me to get as many clients to work with, right? I mean, if I have to learn about time management and putting everyone in a schedule, I think it's a good idea. No, it's a number game, I guess. Like I'll try for 10 and then see like how it narrows down to people who are genuinely interested in stuff. Like I had one paid client, but she keeps canceling. So
do you not have a cancellation policy?
Hmm?
Did you not have a cancellation policy in your contract?
No, that's my mistake. I was like so free and easy going. That's why I need to set up like a structure on like my do's and don'ts, my policy. Here's my policy, and you need to follow it.
That's why we're doing this. That's why we're going through doing our practice clients and stuff, because we're learning. Because I'm dealing with the same thing. I've got clients, and because they're not paid, 2 or 3 of them are free. They only have that vested. That's why they absolutely have to pay in the future, because people don't value it.
Well, but Dawn, did you have to fill out a client contract for your practice clients?
I did online, I thought, and you forget about it, and life comes up, and
so do we have a client contract for
one's a friend, and I'm like, oh, it's so hard.
So do we actually have a client contract for practice clients?
Yeah, you just take the one that you have for paying clients and you just, have a 0 fee.
Right.
Okay. Good one. All right. I'll get into that.
With my practice clients, I have one that canceled. After the first cancel, I told her, you only get 1 free cancellation within 24 hours. And the next time this happens, you're going to lose the session. And so that has gotten her back on track, because I made her sign the contract. So, and even with the paying clients, when they're wanting to cancel, I have a 48-hour reschedule, and they have to reschedule within the same week. And if they don't, then they lose the session after their 1. And so it helped with compliance as far as the calls are concerned.
This is just a good reminder about doing that, and because we need to set ourselves up for success future. So we'll make mistakes, and I'm just, this is just good, something good to bring up.
Yeah, it's really
It's
good.
it's gonna log off here, you guys.
All right then. Yeah, let's write down what we need to write down on the group call. It was nice talking to all of you.
You
Thank
want
you
to
so
do,
much.
Natasha? Do you want to do the post then? Since this was your thing, you want to do. You want to do two.
Yeah. To post, but so the second post will be the next week following our action plan.
Okay.
Like what we set our intentions for, and then we'll go back later and be like, okay, these were my action steps that I've done.
Okay.
Is that right?
It's gonna go off here in just a minute. So why don't you go ahead and do that post?
All right then. Have a good day on your site.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye. Thanks. Okay, why is this not?
I know. I'll have to connect with you. I'll do it through Messenger or whatever.
Yeah, just message me.
Okay, is that okay? Can I have like 10 minutes to get something to eat?
Yes, girl, go eat. Go eat.
You got a little time this morning still?
My first client is in an hour, so I
In an hour. Okay.
let's touch base on Messenger.
Okay.
Okay.